Hi everyone. So it's me, Little Bird, and I'm pretty emotional right now. I have had the most incredible love stories. I have been truly blessed. Robert Hagerman and we got together in 2006. And we were already best friends before we realized that this connection that we had was far greater than just a physical connection. Like, for me, it was proof that Creator exists and that He goes and puts people in our lives. We are meant to be in each other's life, and how Rob had held on to this love that he had for me. Like telling me about me and like asking me what my last name was. And he's like, hey, that's the last name of my best friend, Calvin. It was his sister that I was in love with, telling me that I was almost as beautiful as her. And then trying everything in his power to convince me that we were right for each other. You see what? I loved Rob. I loved him as best friend. And I thought that he was so handsome. But you see, I listened to those negative thoughts as well that told me that he deserved better than me. And I used my children as an excuse to try to hide from him, like not get into a relationship with him. And God had other plans. And we realized why our spirits were connected so intensely. I'm emotional because I can't believe it's overwhelming to see how gifted I was, how blessed I was. Robert Hagerman. Sorry. Robert Hagerman was I knew that Rob was one of my soulmates. And when I was I'm writing a book, and this book is about soulmates. And I had already made the connection years ago, like so many years ago, that Rob was one of my soulmates. And I never made the connection between the black magic and the soulmate. Because when Rob and I separated, I only ever remembered the good times. And we had a horrible separation. And sometimes we need to apologize to that person so that we feel good about ourselves. So we release ourselves from any torture. In 2016, I talked to Rob for the last time, and he had seen that I was engaged, and he told me that he was so happy for me. He said, "I seen that you were engaged before, but he's like, you didn't look as happy as you do now." He said, "You're beaming." He said, "What you write, what you post." And I'm like, "Aren't you just my new friend, like on Facebook?" He said that he had kept track of me. I didn't know that black magic affected people the way that they did. And Rob and I, we loved each other. We respected each other. And then Satan just threw in a wrench. But you know what? If that didn't happen, then he wouldn't have a legacy today. When I was writing in November, I was writing about soulmates. And I am writing about my story with Hussein and Sheho. And Rob kept popping up. And I'm thinking, come on, you were a different time. No, you're in a different story. And I had all these wonderful thoughts about him. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, I had to stop writing. I had to stop writing because his memories were interfering with my writing. And he's like, I'm writing. Okay, I'm writing about two Middle Eastern men, Sheho and Hussein. Okay, and then out of nowhere, I hear Rob's voice, and he's just he's just like saying really stupid things to make me laugh. And then I can see him dancing, and I can, like, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I had to stop writing. But I loved that. I loved all of those memories that just, came flooding through. And they go. And then again, they come and then they just like come flooding through. And it was amazing. It's amazing because I had already come to the realization that I am supposed to write about Rob. Rob is one of my soulmates. Rob is a person that Creator had put in my path, right? So I know that. But when these feelings, these memories, this voice, like I could smell him. I could feel him. Like he gives the best hugs. He does. He goes and wraps his arms around you and he holds you from his heart. And he makes you laugh and he tries to pull your head out of whatever it's stuck in. He wants laughter and he wants love, right? So yeah, I had the most amazing memories, and I broke up with Rob in 2009, and here I am in 2018, 9 years later, just having these wonderful memories while I'm writing about two Middle Eastern men. And I was like, yes, okay, I get it. I need to go and tell him that I'm writing about him. I'll go and tell him. And on Facebook, a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, Barb, had messaged me, and she had let me know that Rob had passed away. And I looked at the day that she messaged me, and it was when those memories started coming. And normally I don't ever ask, how did he die? Because I don't care how they died. I want to remember how they lived. So I asked that question because he wanted me to ask it. Because he told me. He told me about the fire. The fire he couldn't feel. That he knew he was going to hell. Rob's story will continue in the next video once I blow my nose.